Good afternoon, everyone, in the room or by video again, but it's an hybrid conference and it's quite good. And the 9th edition of the EU Justice Scoreboard comes at a time of increased focus on the rule of law across the European Union. The COVID-19 pandemic clearly reaffirmed the importance of effective justice systems for the rule of law and the protection of fundamental rights. More than ever, Member States need to learn from each other to improve the effectiveness of their justice systems. This is what the EU's Justice Scoreboard is all about. It contributes to identifying potential shortcomings, improvements and good practices. Improving the independence, quality and efficiency of justice system is crucial for upholding the rule of law and ensuring that citizens and businesses can fully enjoy their rights. It is also vital for strengthening mutual trust and creating a business and investment-friendly environment. As I already said in the past, the Justice Scoreboard is not a beauty contest among the national justice systems. Rather, it contains objective, comparative data on the independence, quality and efficiency of justice systems to help Member States implement relevant and good reforms. Together with the annual Rule of Law report, whose second edition is coming soon, the Justice Scoreboard is a key component of the EU Rule of Law toolbox. Both initiatives complement each other by tracing rule of law developments in Member States from different angles. The Rule of Law report analyses significant developments in Member States presented in country-specific chapters. It provides essentially a qualitative assessment. The Rule of Law report benefits from the content of the scoreboard, where the reader can zoom in on national justice systems and obtain information about their independence, quality and, again, efficiency. The scoreboard is essentially a comparative information tool, but there is a real complementarity, and you will see that when we will publish the second edition of the Rule of Law report. The
2021 scoreboard will be a seamless continuation of the previous exercises with data on independence, the quality and efficiency of national judiciary systems. However, in order to meet with the current need for more comparative information for the annual report on the rule of law and for the follow-up of the national recovery and resilience plans, this year's exercise takes it one step further. The 2021 exercise of the Justice Scoreboard has a number of new features. There's a new section dealing with the digitization of judiciary systems. This new section contains indicators that are complete, reflecting the state of play with the judiciary authorities in making the digital transformation. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown us all that ensuring digitization of justice is crucial for the resilience of efficient judiciary systems. This year, we will also be presenting information on the way that the national Supreme Courts have adapted their procedures in order to meet the needs of the pandemic. For example, with respect to urgent matters, the time required for procedures or for acting on justice decisions.
The scoreboard goes deeper into examining the functioning of the criminal justice systems. For example, it presents a factual overview of the management powers of the senior prosecutors over lower-ranking prosecutors. So not only, like in the Rule of Law report, the independence of the prosecutor office in relation with the public authorities and the government, but also the relation and the management powers from the senior prosecutors over lower-ranking prosecutors. The scoreboard also presents data on the independence of national Supreme Court judges, the autonomy of prosecution services, again, and the independence of lawyers and bars. For instance, it contains data on the independence of the bar from the executive, as well as on the availability of judicial review of disciplinary measures regarding lawyers or of decisions regarding access to the profession. It is, of course, still too early for the Justice Scoreboard to reflect on the full impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on national courts. This edition presents efficiency indicators up to and including 2019. Quality and independence indicators show the situation in 2020 or beginning 2021. As regards the overall efficiency, the 2021 edition shows that before the pandemic, it has improved or remained stable in 10 member states, while it decreased, albeit often only marginally, in 9 member states. As regards the quality of justice systems, compared to last year, there has also been improvement, some of them accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. For example, on the use of digital technology by courts and prosecution services is widespread, but there is still room for improvement to ensure full implementation of digital tools in all the justice domains. For instance, more support is necessary to guarantee that judges, prosecutors and staff can work remotely using secure communication tools. This is the case in about half of the member states. Citizens should also be able to access their files and initiate court proceedings online, which is especially important when physical access to courts is restricted. In practice, it is still taking place with various degrees in the European Union. And in particular, in criminal cases in most countries, defendants and victims have very limited or no possibilities to follow or participate in their case using digital solutions. And you know that we have insisted about the investment in digital technologies in the recovery plans. And so we are pleased to see that for many member states, it's a real part of the recovery plan to invest more and more in digitalization of the justice system on the basis of our communication from the Commission last December. En ce qui concerne l'indépendance de la...
As to the independence of the judiciary, the situation is a mixed picture. On the one hand, perception of the independence of justice by companies and the public at large has improved or has remained unchanged in most member states over the years, and last year being no exception. Aside from that, in some member states that have had sometimes negative changes when it comes to the independence of justice and where attacks against the judges and prosecutors have been intensified, independence as perceived has also gone down. So a deterioration in the perception of the independence when it comes to a number of attacks against magistrates or prosecutors, sometimes given negative judiciary developments. Now looking at the overall situation, the scoreboard for Justice 2021 shows an improvement that has been continuous in the efficiency of the judicial system in most member states. However, there are still challenges to be met in order to gain full confidence of the citizens in the validity of the member states' judiciaries, where the guarantees on the status and the position of judges and their independency might be at risk. Over these weeks, the Commission has evaluated many of the national recovery and resilience plans, which in some member states contain reforms and investments in the field of justice.